Welcome to this week's Transformers review. I hope everybody's enjoying their Easter and enjoyed my 2 Easter specials I posted already. But this is JunkHeap the Junkion. And as you can see, he's got his feral weapon right there, which fell on the floor. But I'm getting it now. He's got his feral axe like when his buddy Wingar does. Retgar, I mean. Wingar. What am I saying? Rengar. Retgar has it. But this is JunkHeap. But before we get to JunkHeap, we're going to do our shout-outs of the week. Starting with Back to the Media at 48 South Loudon Street here on the lovely Walkie Mall. Here in lovely Winchester, Virginia. Where you get all your video game needs from the Atari all the way up to current systems. Such as any version of the PlayStation. For example, you get games for each one of those consoles. You can also get records and cassettes and CDs and DVDs and VHSs. If y'all remember VHSs, people from my generation, if you're Gen X, you know what a VHS tape is. You're still all in the good. Y'all younger people, wouldn't know nothing about that. But you get all that there as well as Funko Pops. And speaking of Funko Pops, you can go to Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles, find other Funko Pops there, as well as Transformers, and He-Man, and G.I. Joe, and Thundercats, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so on and so forth. And the awesome thing is, I did pick this guy up at Time Travelers. Yay, Time Travelers. Y'all get it, Jack and Charles, you get a major shout out from me, because this is where I got this guy at. So definitely go and check them out. They're a good store to go to, very knowledgeable of the toys they sell, and so on and so forth. So definitely, please do check them out. And you get anything you need from there. So that's all well and cool and good and all that good stuff. But this channel is a mental health awareness support channel. So if you need any kind of counseling, may I suggest 133 West Boscawen Street, Suite number 10, which is the address of Healing Grace Counseling Services, whose proprietor is Robert C. Brown, who's also a good, close personal friend of mine, so definitely go see him. And if Rob doesn't have the services that you need, may I suggest Northwestern Community Services, which they have plenty of services that you can latch onto and whatnot, which is actually pretty cool, so go ahead and check them out. And they are on Prosperity Drive, near the Alamo Theater here in Winchester, the Winchester-Stevens City area. But if you're in the Winchester, Clark County, or anywhere outside of the Winchester area that has a Bank of Clark, may I suggest you go to them. They have changed their name, because usually I'd be doing the Bank of Clark County, but they changed their name to the Bank of Clark back earlier this year. And so go ahead and check them out. They have great banking services, and whatnot. And if you're in the Winchester area and you're looking for a great place to go eat some jerk chicken or goat or anything Jamaican made, this is my newest shout out of the week. Go out and check out Tropical Island and go see Lloyd. He's got some of the best food, best coffee in Winchester. Some of the best Jamaican food I've ever had. So go ahead and check them out. It is a good place to go eat, and Lloyd is very friendly. He gives you good conversation while you're there and all that kind of stuff. Man, Lloyd, and he's got that good down-home feeling in this little store, in this little restaurant. So go ahead and check him out. And if you need insurance, may I shout out for my nationwide shout out of the week, State Farm. Go and check them out. I'm with them. I got a renter's insurance claim with them, or a renter's insurance, policy. What am I saying claim for? But I got a policy with them for renter's insurance. But you get renter's insurance, you get, car insurance, truck insurance, whatever kind of insurance. Go ahead and get State Farm a holler. You might see Jake, and like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Okay, since we're done with our shout-outs, we're going to look at our frailing weapon of the axe of death, the spinning axe of death. which is owned by Mr. JunkHeap and Mr. Wreckgar. You see it does spin. Nice detail. And this is the bike mode, the Junkion bike mode for JunkHeap, or most of the Junkions. And I did say most because there's one that actually has a dump truck with a crane on it kind of mode. Not a dump truck, but a tow truck with a crane on it, with a big giant hook on it as a mode. I forget his name. I'll have to look it up later. But he is a Junkion. But, he's got great motor wheels, kind of like that Mad Max theme, especially with the spiked wheels. Really no robot kibble much of it because, well, except for you see where the arms and the feet are. But, you see a little bit of the visible head syndrome somewhat right there in the visor. But, he's got the two metal, which is like saddlebags supposed to be on them. I think that's what they're called. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think they are called saddlebags. And no, I'm not talking about your old lady. Say that's a little side joke. But don't get offended. But let's go ahead and take a look at this guy in his robot mode. Right, so here's JunkHeap in his robot mode. As he does a great, looks like a great Junkion. And let me do one comparison right here. I don't usually do comparisons, but for this guy I shall. As you can see, there's Junkion and there's Wreckgar, the two Junkions that I actually own. You see a lot of similarities in Wreckgar as you would in JunkHeap, but not much. You can tell they're a little different. JunkHeap's got these pieces on his arms where Wreckgar does not. But still a cool looking representation. And let me show you how his articulation is. Where he does have his, he can move his leg up. You can move his leg all the way back, bend at the knee, so you can touch his shoulders from the back. If you really want him to do that, it is your toy. You can do what you want. He has good arm movement. Really good ball joint on the arm. He's got, lift his head up and back, side to side. Really good movement. He does have a wrist swivel, which is cool. So let's take a look at him in his with his frailing axe of doom in his hand. Here he is with his frailing axe of doom. I think there's a really good representation of a Junkion. You could always do them where you get them in motorcycle mode, him or Wreckgar, and have the other one drive the other one. They could do in the Transformers movie, animated movie back from '86. But this is good. It's good to have Junkions in your collection. Always good to have Junkions. You get them to speak old 1980s TV infomercials to each other and to everybody. Really good concept. I like the Junkions. I like the concept of the Junkions. Very good to have in your collection. These are must-have figures. I would say JunkHeap is top tier. Just like Wreckgar. Both of them are awesome to have in your collection. Both of them are right on point. And I would highly say have them. You must have them. Well, supplies last. You can find them on the black market or any local toy stores in your area that would sell Transformers like time travelers. You can find them. Whatnot, your Walmarts and Targets and everybody else that sells Transformer toys. You can get them. Definitely, I would suggest getting JunkHeap. But this has been JunkHeap. I hope everybody's enjoying your Easter. Thanks for this triple header. See y'all in the next one. Peace, love, and hair grease. And as for always on Cobra Island, until all are one. See you in the next one.